See, we've had governments in the past, we've had people, run the state in the past, we've had chief ministers, governments, etc. But today, the state of Telangana, which is in terms of the total India population, we are only 2.5% of India's population. But when national panchayat awards are declared, and when national urban awards, municipality awards, Swachh Sarvekshan awards are declared, a state with less than 2.5% of India's population wins more than 30% of the awards. How did that happen? That happened because of one reason. That happened only because of one reason. Our chief minister decided that we will disrupt the policy, we will take the status quo head on, and we'll bring about certain changes which will actually ensure that we perform better. What are the things we've done? Just to give you two examples. We brought in two policies. One is called the state Panchayati Raj policy. The other one's called the state municipality policy. What did we bring in these? We actually put in performance as a measure. We took performance as a measure, and we are actually calling out our councillors, our sarpanches, and we're saying if you don't perform to a certain extent, you can actually be sacked. Give you one example again. The total budget that is earmarked for a municipality or a gram panchayat today in Telangana, 10% as per statute, as per law, is actually marked towards greenery. Therefore, 10% of the budget, irrespective of which local body you are, which local government you are, goes towards greenery, goes towards maintaining a nursery, goes towards maintaining the survival of your plants, etc., etc. That's exactly why today Telangana has become a role model in how probably your villages have to be groomed, how probably your towns have to be improved. Of course, we have a long room to cover, long way to go, much more to achieve. We've made a good start, good beginning is what I'm saying. We've had the guts and audacity as a government to stand up in the assembly and say, if you do not achieve 85% of survival of the saplings you've planted, your job is at risk, to our sarpanches and to our councillors and to our panchayat secretaries. Not many governments actually have the gall to do this. Likewise, when we actually came out with the industrial policy, we came out with a reformative policy. We said, in fact, I'll tell you an interesting episode that ensued between, interesting conversation that ensued between our chief minister and our officers. So Jayesh Ranjan, who's not here today, who's in Delhi actually working on something interesting, he was there, as part of this discussion, and there was a gentleman called Pradeep Chandra, who was our special chief secretary then, as the Secretary of Industries. So Chief Minister KTR Garu pointedly asked these two gentlemen. I was not the minister then. I was not the minister for industry then. I was the minister for IT alone. So I was not part of the conversation. So the chief minister asked both of them point blank. He said, why does the government actually have to give a clearance to any industry? So here are these two gentlemen who have put in decades of service into government, are used to giving out permissions, are used to giving clearances. And here is a new chief minister sitting across a table, asking them, challenging them, saying, why should the government even give a clearance? What is the need? So both of these gentlemen looked at each other. First of all, the specialty of KTR Garu is, most review meetings we walk in, assuming that we are fully prepared. And he's one of those guys whose first question is always out of syllabus for us. You've all written exams, I'm sure, as students, so you know what I'm saying. Always the first question, is a googly, so you're confused and you completely forget what else you have learned, right? So these two guys are scratching their head, trying to figure out a logical answer. And then Pradeep Chandra finally says, sir, but if something goes wrong, what do we do? How do we make them accountable? If something goes wrong, some disaster happens, somebody dies, God forbid, somebody has to be held accountable. So therefore, CM said, that's very conventional way of thinking. Let's actually change it. Let's actually suggest this, that any industry in Telangana can come and hit the ground running. You can start your operations on day one. You can start construction on day one. We don't have a problem. You can self-certify yourselves, and you can declare that you are going to be a law-abiding enterprise. All you have to do is, of course, you also have to be in compliance with the law of the land. So you need to submit details online, and we'll promise all clearances in 15 days. And if you don't deliver on the 15-day window, on the 16th day, it's again a default approval, a deemed approval. No state in India had, again, the gall to say this. And on the 16th day, even a senior bureaucrat like Jayesh or even a senior officer like Mahendra Reddy Garu can be fined, can be penalized a sum of rupees 1,000 per day, again backed by statute, unlike any other state in India. So the point I'm trying to make is, innovation is not confined to industry. Innovation is not confined to startups alone. Innovation can happen anywhere. Therefore, Telangana today, in fact, in the country, we lead in ease of doing business rankings. We lead on a number of other metrics as well, purely because we've started thinking outside of the box.